And it's honestly one of the most pathetic things that I've ever seen online in quite a long time. It can't be just hair if it's having this much control over your life. Hey guys, welcome to my video. It's CammyJOfficial, so let's start the show. My name is Cammy. Welcome back to my channel. Let's go ahead and get right to the video. So Simone Biles is trending again, but it's not because of her amazing performance at the 2024 Paris Olympics. It's because people just cannot seem to leave her hair alone. And it's honestly one of the most pathetic things that I've ever seen online in quite a long time. Let's go ahead and discuss the real reason and the real problem people have with Simone Biles' hair in an effort to hopefully not have to have conversations like these again. So Simone Biles had a stunning 2024 in the Paris Olympics, winning medal after medal, doing her country proud, achieving at the highest level, being a beautiful Black woman on top of the world stage, just doing her thing. And what people decided to focus on was not her winning, not her achieving, not her athleticism, not her dedication to her sport, not her representation of her country. They decided that they would rather drag her hair. And the sad part about it, y'all, is it's the usual suspects. And I'm sad to have to say it, but 99% of the negative comments I saw directed towards Simone Biles' hair came from Black women online. I saw so many Black women making posts in different hair groups, different natural hair groups, pointing out her flyaways, laughing at her hair, saying just so many different, just disgusting and degrading things. It really gave me pause, and it really took me aback and made me wonder, why is it that all the great things that she's done and that she's doing as a young Black woman out there, just achieving at the highest level of her sport, why is it that we seem to be the ones who want to nitpick about something that to others is so trivial? Flyaways, her hair. And the reason I think that this really happens is because, just addressing the elephant in the room, is that Black people, specifically, especially Black women, have a hyper focus and a hyper obsession when it comes to hair, specifically the hair that belongs to other Black people. I feel like Black women are notorious for trying to police and over police the image of Black women, especially their hair, when it comes to portrayals in the media. And the reason I know this is an issue that is just specifically related to that hyper obsession with hair and our way of being overcritical when it comes to our hair is just based on the many posts and the many comments that were out there. Like, y'all, I cannot tell you how many comments I saw saying that Simone Biles is an embarrassment. This is what people were actually saying. People who look like her, they were saying she's an embarrassment. She should have known better. And guys, this all comes back to nothing but internalized self-hate and the very roots of colonization that subjugate many people mentally today. It can't be just hair if it's having this much control over your life and causing you to say such mean, negative, and nasty things about a Black woman who is succeeding at the top of her sport, who is out here just crushing it on the world stage. And the only thing that you seem to focus on is her hair. So I'm gonna walk it back and tell you why I really believe that it is just the internalized self-hate of people bubbling over and their jealousy and their joyless lives coming into play. And I say joyless lives because I firmly believe that when a person is truly happy, joyful, and fulfilled with their lives, they will not run to social media to make petty posts criticizing a world famous gymnast hair. It just wouldn't happen, because people who are truly happy and truly satisfied with themselves, they don't feel the need to go out of their way to do mean things. They don't feel the need to go out of their way to try to degrade somebody, to try to belittle somebody. They're projecting their internalized self-hate onto Simone Biles. There were so many posts online that were saying her hair is nappy, Or there were people who were really, really deep down projecting the things that they had to go through their childhood, because there were so many women who are also posting, you know, my mother would never let me go out of the house with my hair like that. Or people saying my grandmother would have torn me up if I were to even be on camera, being seen by the world with flyaways. There is a lot of trauma there associated with black hair that I feel like people just want to ignore, but then it ends up just manifesting itself online in so many different ways. And Simone Biles is not the only black athlete who has had to suffer this online abuse from other black women. Gabby Douglas went through the same thing. Black women went out of their way to make scathing posts coming against her edges, saying that her hair also is nappy, that her hair needs to be tamed, and how could she go out there looking like that? When these women are out here performing at the highest level when it comes to gymnastics, which is already a very physically demanding sport, can you imagine that you have to flip and turn and roll and toss for all of that time so that way you can achieve gold and silver medals for the glory of your country, and the only thing people seem to care about is your hair? To other people who are not black, it seems bizarre, because we know that in the black community, the focus on hair is very evident. If it were not true, and I know there are going to be people in the comments who are going to say, Cammy, it's not true. We're not very focused on hair. We could care less about hair. The numbers say differently, especially with black women being the demographic that spends the most money on hair care out of any other race. Okay, so people cannot tell me, no, it's just hair, or no, we really don't care, because the money says otherwise. And you know what they say, money talks. Now, when people are going to say, well, what does colonization have to do with this? Well, colonization has a huge part to do with it, because people are still mentally colonized and believe that the only type and the only form of beauty that can exist is beauty that is centered around Eurocentric beauty standards, right? If that were not the case, then you would not have people using the word nappy as a negative derogatory word to describe Simone Biles' hair. We all know that that word does not have positive roots. It was not derived from positive thoughts regarding Afro textured hair. It just wasn't, and I'm not going to lie about that. So for people who are black to use the word nappy, to weaponize the word nappy and use it against Simone Biles at her highest moments of achievement, it says a lot. It says a lot about people still being very mentally colonized in their minds. But there were, in fact, women at the Olympics from other races who had flyaways, and nothing was said about them. Their people were not online saying, oh my gosh, she needed to gel and slick her hair down until kingdom come. Those were not the sentiments that were shared. But when it came to Simone Biles, black people felt the need to try to publicly humiliate her about her hair. And again, going back to the people who have not healed from the negative sentiments that have been, put towards them when they were children because of their hair, people need to go heal. They need to go get therapy, and they need to get over it. They need to seek help for it, because it is manifesting. It is being projected onto Simone Biles. The self-hate that people have for themselves, and the dislike and the disdain and the hate that they have for their own hair is in fact being projected towards her. Now, there are a lot of people who have negative experiences with their natural hair coming up from their childhood, again, due to colonization, those colonized Eurocentric beauty standards that were placed upon black people in the way that we are made to feel, think, and look at ourselves through that very specific lens. There are people, when they were growing up, young black girls, who were told that if they had a hair out of place, that they were unattractive, that they were ugly, and that they were not good enough. There are people who were ridiculed for their hair texture, especially if their hair texture was in the quote-unquote type 4 category, or in the nappy category, as people like to say. If those people had tighter curl patterns or curls that were not aesthetically pleasing to the Eurocentric gaze in the Eurocentric eye, they were made fun of. They were demeaned, they were degraded, they were berated for their hair texture from when they were kids. And I don't care if you want to lie to yourself and say being made fun of constantly for your hair texture does not have a negative effect on your psyche. You're just lying to yourself, because it definitely does. It definitely does. It will impact you. It's very generational, because these are things that have been passed down from generation to generation in Black families. The negative outlook on very specific hair textures and Black women's hair in the public eye and in the public space. Yes, I know you're going to say, yes, well, we done had the natural hair movement, la-di-da-di-da. That's all well and good, but there are still a lot of people who do not feel comfortable because they don't want to have the Simone Biles situation happen to them on the small scale with people who are around in their families and their immediate communities. They do not want the finger pointed at them. They don't want the demeaning and degrading remarks about their hair. Therefore, they feel more comfortable hiding it, so that way the ridicule will not come. So this is something that we have to work on. I will admit it. We have to work on it, because I am tired of seeing Black women relegated to what grows out of their head, because other races, they don't have to go through that. Not on the same basis, not on the same level. And it's wild to me that people who cannot even do a fraction of what she does have the audacity to get online and to talk about, out of all of the things that they could probably criticize her for, they decide to criticize her about her hair, huh? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. So y'all, just please comment below and let me know what you think about this whole Simone Biles hair fiasco. But guys, I really do hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Also, please consider subscribing to my channel, clicking on that notification bell, so that way you know whenever I post more videos. As always, stay safe, stay blessed, and I will catch you in the next video. Mwah. Bye.